Morning everyone. I'm Bharti Sharma, your English teacher. I hope you're all in good spirits and taking good care of yourselves. Stay at home, stay safe, don't go out unnecessarily. And today in your English part, we'll be doing continuing force with the chapter The 100 Dresses, part 1. And I think it will be better if you continue reading the chapter. It makes you understand it better. Okay? So please watch the video carefully and take care of yourself. Thank you. Yesterday we had read in the chapter how Peggy used to pick on Wanda, that is, she used to make fun of Wanda, play a game with Wanda, asking her about her dresses, although she knew that Wanda had only one dress and she used to wear a blue faded dress every day to school. But still, as Wanda used to reply that she had 100 dresses, Peggy always got the opportunity to pick on her. That is, she used to ask her, prod her, asking her about 100 dresses. So we had completed till the first paragraph of page 67. Now we'll begin with the second paragraph. Sometimes when Peggy was asking Wanda those questions in that mocking, polite voice, Maddie felt embarrassed and studied the marbles in the palm of her hand, rolling them around and saying nothing herself. So sometimes when Peggy was asking Wanda those questions, that is the questions related to her dresses, and she had a mocking, polite voice, mocking, making fun, and polite voice. She on the outer side she appeared to be polite, but she was actually mocking her, making fun of her. She knew that Wanda couldn't have 100 dresses. So at that time, Maddie used to feel embarrassed. She used to feel bad, and she used to study the marbles in her palm. That is, she had marbles. Marbles are the small round balls with which we play. So she used to have marbles in her hand, and she used to give the pretense of studying the marbles. That is, she didn't take active part in teasing Wanda. Not that she felt sorry for Wanda exactly. She would never have paid any attention to Wanda if Peggy hadn't invented the dresses game. But suppose Peggy and all the others started in on her next. She wasn't as poor as Wanda, perhaps, but she was poor. Of course, she would have more sense than to say she had 100 dresses. Still, she would not like for them to begin on her. She wished Peggy would stop teasing Wanda Petronsky. So why didn't Maddie take active part? Because Maddie herself was not very rich, and she felt that right now Peggy was teasing Wanda. But later on, if she started it on her, that is, if Peggy started teasing, asking Maddie the same questions. So on this, Maddie is saying that of course she had sense not to say that I have 100 dresses. She wouldn't have ever say this that I have 100 dresses, but still she wouldn't like Peggy asking her the same questions. So that is why she didn't take active part in teasing Wanda. Now let us do the questions in oral comprehension check. In what way was Wanda different from other children? Wanda didn't have any friends. She used to come alone to school and go back alone, and she always wore a single faded blue dress to school, and she didn't talk. Did Wanda have 100 dresses? Why do you think she said she did? No, Wanda didn't have 100 dresses. I think she said this because when Peggy or others used to tease her about her dress, she felt inferior. She felt that she has to make up for it, and she used to say that she had 100 dresses, although it was they were paintings, not real dresses. Why is Maddie embarrassed by the questions Peggy asked Wanda? Is she also like Wanda, or is she different? Why is Maddie embarrassed? Maddie is embarrassed because she is poor herself and she wears handed down dresses. So that is why she feels embarrassed, because she thinks that the next will be next girl to pick up by Peggy would be her. So she feels embarrassed. And is she also like Wanda? No, at least she says that she is not like Wanda, that she wouldn't ever say that she had 100 dresses. So, in that sense, she is not like Wanda. Today, even though they had been late to school, Maddie was glad she had not had to make fun of Wanda. Today, that is the on Wednesday, where they had been waiting for Wanda and she hadn't turned up and they were late to school. So Mary is saying although they were late to school, she was glad that they didn't have to make fun of Wanda because Wanda hadn't turned up, so they didn't have to make fun of Wanda. She worked her arithmetic problems absent-mindedly. 8 times 8, let's see. She wished she had the nerve to write Peggy a note because she knew she never would have the courage to speak right out to Peggy to say, "Hey Peg, let's stop asking Wanda how many dresses she has." So Maddie was sitting and doing her arithmetic problem, that is a maths problem, and she was doing absent-mindedly. Absent-mindedly, that is, her mind was not there in the maths problem. She was just writing, and her mind was working on something else. That is, she was thinking, and she was thinking that she had the nerve to write. Nerve, that is, she had the courage to write to Peggy a note. She wanted to write something or she wanted to say something to Peggy, but she didn't have that confidence to say anything to Peggy. So she is saying that instead of saying it to her, it would be better if she wrote a note and ask her that not to let's stop asking Wanda how many dresses she has. That is, we should stop asking Wanda how many dresses she has. So Maddie felt that she couldn't say it directly to Peggy, so it will be better if she writes a note to her. When she finished her arithmetic, she did start a note to Peggy. Suddenly she paused and shuddered. She pictured herself in the schoolyard, a new target for Peggy and other girls. Peggy might ask her where she got the dress that she had on, and Maddie would have to say it was one of Peggy's old ones that Maddie's mother had tried to disguise with new trimmings so no one in room 13 would recognize it. So Maddie had started writing a note to Wanda, and then suddenly, midway, she paused. She stopped and shuddered. That is, uh, thought crossed her mind, and she just shivered, remembering that she also was wearing handed down dresses. So one day, if she writes a note to Peggy asking her to stop teasing Wanda, and Peggy in turn would start teasing her, then what would she do? So on that thought, she stopped writing the letter because she used to wear Peggy's dresses, handed down dresses, which her mother used to disguise. Disguise means to cover them or to change their appearance with new trimmings. That is, her mother would add some ribbon or something or the other to change its appearance so that the children in her class wouldn't recognize it as Peggy's dress. So this is all for today. Uh, Thank you, and please read the chapter. It will help you understand the chapter better. Thank you. Take care.